Anton, but listen, the only way to get to the bottom of an issue is if you also, what we forget to mention is you have to do your own due diligence.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't wholeheartedly depend on information that somebody else gives you all the time. Like you have to do your due diligence too. Like a lot of times black people we'll take the poison as long as it tastes good. Just make sure that shit tastes good. We're gonna swallow the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the reason why we're willing to swallow is because we never did our due diligence to understand exactly what we're intaking.
I don't think that we're looking for a solution, though, Freezy. I genuinely don't. I think we're just looking to feel good. Honestly. I don't think people really are looking for a solution. I don't. I really don't. I just think that people just want to be told what to do. I think that most people are sheep. They're looking to be told what to do, and they want to feel good about their decision. That's it. Like I don't think that it's almost like being in class, right? And if everybody failed, then you want to say, well, everybody failed the class. That wasn't me. I wasn't just the only one. I don't give a fuck about that. I want to graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like people are looking for validation. They're not looking for the solution. And so the person that's actually looking to win, he got a different mentality than the person that's looking to get graded on the curve based off what everybody else is doing. It's just a difference. I don't know who got an iron.
Somebody got that feedback. TA, mute. Let me see. It's probably. Yep, it's UT.A. Yeah, I mean, it's you though.
Was that the end of the video you was going to play, Q, or you had some more of Candace Owens?
No, there's more. I got the Umar Johnson rebuttal to that, but something we got sidetracked up. I want to ask a question. So something that T.A. I'm just fine. TA brought up regarding her husband. I don't know her husband. I don't know his background, and he's not able to speak on certain things. What if this man grew up around black people? What if he only dated black chicks, right? And only kind of knew the black community? Would it be okay or receptive for him to talk about what he sees and what he observes?
So I think it was misunderstood in what I was saying. I don't see anything wrong with the dialogue, but I think there's a certain.
Keep mic up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with the dialogue. My issue is that you can't hear me, Quinn.
Can you hear me? The better question.
No, you're.
You got a microphone over there.
It's your mic, Quinn.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the dialogue. Don't get me wrong when I say that. But when you ask the question, it was asked as if he should be allowed to speak on the topic. From a certain perspective, I would say no, because he doesn't understand the intricacies of. Now, as far as having a conversation about and asking questions and then having a dialogue back and forth, okay, yeah. And he can say what he feels. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
Are you saying you don't think he should be a spokesperson for black? Is that what you're trying to say, or what?
No, I really don't think he should be a spokesperson, because at the end of the day, black people got to solve their own issues. We got to solve our own issues. I don't think it's up for anybody else to fix our issues.
Well, this is America. I think anybody should be able to say what they want to say when they want to say.
I mean, he can say whatever he wants to say, but objectively, that's nothing but us to fix our own issues. Just
I mean,
like
I think that you should. I think that people need to be thankful.
If the teacher is grading on a curve, and I'm at the 40 percentile, and it's gonna put me at a 70. I'm passing, but what the fuck are we really doing?
I don't get the correlation.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, any issues that we would have individually is not a black. Like any issues I have are not really black issues. They're carry issues. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody was to comment, like let's say money, like financial management, money management, sorry, was an issue for me. If somebody
Hey,
who was
hold on.
white,
Hey, mute in between when you talk.
Because you
I
got
got you.
feedback.
if somebody was white or not black and listening to however I got into the situation I'm in, I don't think that they could not give me their opinion or their feedback or their knowledge for me to get out of the situation I'm in because I'm black and that's a black issue. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of understand what you're saying if we're talking about like black people as a whole, even though I really don't. But when you really look at people's day-to-day issues, it's not race. So go ahead, Anton.
I didn't know that people that got issues could be choosy. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is, how you gonna be losing and be picky about who helped you get out of the hole? Like, how you gonna choose who your help is when you the one at the bottom? Like, if you suffering and you failing, how you gonna be picky about who your tutor is? Like, that's weird to me. Like, only people that can be picky are the winners.
Can I add to this?
To me. Go ahead.
And if let's say it's something about finances, not culture or anything like that, finances, what does that reinforce also to, let's say, white people that, oh, I can't give you advice or, guidance because you're black? Like that kind of reminds me of, the soft bigotry of low expectations, that idea. So it's like, it's twofold,
I think it kind of hinders you from growing in many ways. But I think that with this topic, it's just funny to me because it's like we just like to separate ourselves even more in today's society. And I think, I think Mika goes to this too. When women, I've heard on these, well, not this panel, another little shitty channel we was on. You can't talk about this because you're not fully black. Well,
I hear that every day. Okay.
Huh? You remember that shit channel? Okay. So it's like, are we next? What's next? Oh, you can't talk about. Okay. So this, I think it's a fine line with TA. I don't agree with you, but then Anton, I don't agree with you because you said that anybody can talk about anything. I had a problem with that trans coming on here telling women how to be women when you got a whole penis. That's different.
But
like you can't tell me how to be a woman. You got a whole penis on that, and you want women to play. You want trans to play in women's sports. No, buddy, pipe down.
But here's my thing, though. I think that the fact that we try to silence people prevents us from getting an understanding, because the understanding may come on his part, not necessarily yours. But to not have the conversation at all means that you can't solve for the problem because he may not get the understanding that he needs. Yeah. And that's why I say that everybody should be able to state their opinion objectively, so that we can figure out what the truth is.
True.
But if we start censoring people and saying you know what I'm saying, you can't even participate in the conversation because of X, Y, and Z. We can determine what X, Y, and Z is depending on the conversation. Then nobody gets anywhere.
True.
And that's when you start getting that my truth, your truth shit.
Yeah. Because
he needs some act right. He needs to get some understanding. And so bring your ass up on this panel so you can get some act right too. And I'm gonna school him the same way. You know what I'm saying? And there's been people that came up here or conversations that's being had. And that's why I like to, because it's not a lot of content creators that actually allow people to call in or cam up and stuff like that. I like to hear other people's opinions because sometimes they be giving me something to think about. And I go to bed and I'll be like, damn, that's crazy. But I never would have got that if I was just closed-minded to what the possibilities were from other people.
And coincidentally, Candace Owens, she's just kind of been my girl lately. But she had a really good interview with that rabbi not too long ago, and she was doing exactly what you were saying. Like, she's like, we need to have this dialogue to clear everything up. Let me hear from you, you hear from me, and it allows the public to hear the reasoning behind your moves and behind my move, and they can make their own decision. But a lot of people, I don't know if y'all saw that conversation. I honestly don't think that a lot of people, I'm not going to say black people, but people could have had the conversation with that rabbi the way she was able to have it. She was in very great control of her emotion, very respectful, but extremely knowledgeable and confident in herself. So
I think that's how she is in large. Like most of us see like all her inflammatory comments on her page, but I've seen her going through all these other panels and stuff. And when she went on Fresh and Fit, I thought she was going to rip these whores in half, and she was really like understanding and like she actually felt bad for them. I thought she was going to rip their ass in half, but she didn't do it.
But this is also why I was saying earlier with the other question about like the black people and what was it, beefing and all of that stuff. I also think that we do harm by perpetuating those types of narratives because Q, I think you said it like it hinders us. I really do. I think that we have leaned on being black, what we've gone through, where we are, and it's not to negate what we've been through, where we are. You know, you got to say that. But I think that we lean on it very heavily. I watch a lot of stuff. I was watching Shark Tank the other day, and it was a black couple. They created this business or whatever, and they got to the numbers. So when they got to the numbers, they had said that they had gotten the loan, and they got family and friends, and then they got some other things. And either Mark or Mr. Wonderful was like, your numbers are like, they're a disaster. And so the girl was like, the hard part is that, you know, we're entrepreneurs. And then she said, black entrepreneurs at that. So the fact that we've gotten this far, and Mark was like, hold on. Now, granted, Damon wasn't there. So I was curious of what Damon would have said being black, but I was actually more curious of what a white panel would respond to that. And Mark cut it off. He was like, look, we all came from like not nothing, but we all had to work our way to where we are. And in so many words, it's like you can't use that as an excuse. And
is black struggle the same as white struggle?
What difference does it make? Struggle is struggle.
Struggle.
Like there's all different types of struggles. My little cousin has been in a wheelchair all his life. Like he's black, but I don't know his struggle. He don't know you know what I'm saying? Why do we need to have the same level of struggle? Nobody does. I agree that it does hinder us, but that's why I think that we could be more mindful of the way that we categorize ourselves when we're talking.
Well, I think there's a okay. I don't that struggle is I don't maybe it's not accurate. There's a video, and this white man asked all these demographics of people, hey, did you grow up with a family, 2-parent household? And they like stair stepped him, and of course the people were further to the finish line that were set up better in life. So I'll struggle. I don't think they're the same.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not even close. Because people start at different places in life.
But I think that
I'm totally not against I'm against the victim mentality. I'm not doing that, but
I was just going to speak on the success sequence. It's not, you know, for a specific color, but if you graduate high school, get a full-time job, and don't have kids out of wedlock, you have a very minimal chance of being in poverty. So it's like, you know, if we could just study all different races, whatever, over the years, would that still be the same? And I think the research has drawn that out, but I don't know. Sometimes it's like, well, let's say that this person dealt with this person dealt with that. Now, what do we do with the information now? You know what I mean? Like, where are we going? What that's just always what just from like a coaching standpoint, it's like, okay, this is like the explanation. Okay, now what do we want to make of this? And again, where are we going? Because time's ticking anyway for all of us. So
yeah.
And I think what you just said, Coach K, was very important, because you can attach a certain dysfunction to a demographic where it's expected for, you know, that race to behave that way. You feel what I'm saying? Like you could condition yourself to think, oh, well, you know, that's just how we are, and that's just, that's just how we're going to grow up, and that's just our fate. No, it's not a black or white thing or Asian thing or Hispanic thing. That's a moral thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a conduct, So we should be careful with attaching certain type of dysfunctions to you just because it's become expected, right? Nah. And then another thing is, let's just say you are race loyal, right? Or you're loyal to your demographic. Wouldn't it be wiser for you to be open, no diddy, to absorbing as much as you can from all races, right? Like, wouldn't it be wise to absorb as much information as you can, no matter where it came from, and then bring it back to your,
community,
wherever you feel like you're race loyal? I mean, it's just still foolish to cut off anybody if they present themselves as a valuable resource.
Yeah,
it's just very foolish, man.
I agree. I think we hinder ourselves at times regarding certain things. We're too stuck on this and this. We're just too stuck and not seeing the bigger picture and how we can elevate and help each other. I think it's just, we're selfish in our ego. We don't think we can go to other races to get help or even be taught certain things. And I think just, you want to be successful, you got to learn from successful people in certain matters. It don't matter what their race is, right?
That's a fact.
I think that's a good point.
I don't see that. I see that when a white man speaks and a black man speaks, the black people are going to give the white guy more credit than the black guy. Is what I see in my life. Just like anytime we're on these panels and a white person pop up, everybody shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah, but if you conversely, if a black guy pops up on a white panel, they shut the fuck up and listen.
I agree,
because it's familiarity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like if somebody. I don't know if y'all ever seen new people going to church, and then they get up and testify.
Everybody,
get quiet as hell when a new person.
All the visitors stand up.
Yeah. So it's familiarity. That's
yeah,
all.
until that person gets comfortable, because Hoop has been on here plenty of times. Y'all had went on it. I forgot the other chick that was here. She's also a streamer. She's only been on 3 times. Y'all had went on it. Like it just gets, the first time you looking at them, let's see what they gonna say. And then the second time, third time, okay, now we can talk to him this type of way. And Hoop is a prime example. Hoop messes with black women. Hoop is in the black culture as a white man. So
yeah, but he's also a pookie though. So
a lot of the black men are pookies, Anton. All pookie of races matter. Didn't you just say? Exactly. You said what?
I said he a pookie just like all the rest of them.